Hello viewers, good afternoon and welcome to yet another edition of your program Moments. Moments na a special program and today a special edition of the program where we talk about the importance of or the raise awareness, the Ministry of Health and Sanitation with support from UNICEF to raise awareness about the importance of or the benefit of routine immunization for young people young people when they're under the age of young people actually. And also they also talk about the importance of the COVID-19 vaccination. This sensitization program we the Ministry of Health with support from UNICEF then back home and it ensures a universal immunization coverage to every kid in the country. I get two personalities in the program this afternoon who will help me for push this program before and talk about the importance of this immunization drive within back on. I get to do on the program Jellica to F. Conte in the focal person along the government hospital. Jellica, welcome to the program.
Thank you and good afternoon, viewers.
Thank you very much for coming on the program. Also, I get with me Christiana Roberts in the Senior Health Education Officer, Health Education Program. Christiana, welcome to the program.
I'm good.
My pleasure for getting on the program. Family of the broadcast from with different platforms, including you can comment on the program on Facebook, Star Television, Moments, Alfie Barry. Let's start the program with the Health Education Officer or Senior Health Education Officer, Winner Christiana Roberts. This Fambulen for a reward immunization and terminology the ordinary person will understand. So break and down what's that immunization for let people understand.
We usually they call them maculates. Where you call them maculates, people then they understand them more. Well, then maculates they are so then they give at different times then to begin them when they under 2 years old. Maculates what it go do, it go strengthen your immune system when the sugar man in your body for fight against different sickness them. Where if you not take that maculates day, it can lead to then sickness and they can lead to death or disability. We all know say before the time when they give maculates or before if an emergent sickness happen, before then the way they can begin come up or develop maculates them, people then cannot die first. Some people then if they not die then will be severely ill or sometimes then will become disabled because of their sickness there so. Well, maculates now a very effective way for able for strengthening the immune system for fight against the different sickness there so for prevent them or tap them not for affect you or even sometimes if the sickness affects you, it not go affect you as seriously will like somebody will not take them at all. And mostly then they give picking 0 to 2 years old, under 2 years old because the immune system is not too strong, it kind of weak. When they're born picking, in system not too strong like we sometimes we don't go or go of age. So then they give them for able for strengthening the immune system while then they grow up so that they go able for tap or fight against then bad sickness the way sometimes usually they lead to death.
What kind of sickness is that we talk about? Common ones.
Yeah. So common ones that we know about polio. When that hand die foot sick. So yeah, I got for simplify it.
That's the need of program.
I got for simplify. We talk about polio when that die hand die foot sick. Where usually before maculates we do see people them when they don't get they born them well and then couple of weeks or months later sometimes then begin get fever or symptom which will lead to sometimes their hand or their foot die. We get measles maculate as well, where they give that measles you can pull rash and it will lead to blindness, it will lead to other disabilities where sometimes if you not take that maculate day you will be affected. We get another one where they give for whooping cough. That cough where they cough persistently, just the cough. Because of this maculate now, we know they see it affect beginning. So we they give some another one they call water. That water they picking them, you know say where picking born obviously they cream. You get for touch.c and put an emote and all that they need to rumbele and vomiting. You understand? So that water maculate they now for tap not for affect the picking where go seriously lead to death. We get another one for We get another one for tetanus when a TT. You understand? That TT, they will not only picking them with the under 2 with the give. We dey give also woman them where they 15 years old, then woman them where they at the age where then they born picking. So from 15 years old up to 49 years old. You understand? We dey get another one for yellow fever. Yellow fever, we know say obviously now we know they say picking they get yellow fever as much again, but before people then they die of dandy, so they get another one also for yellow fever. We get in between we they give vaccination, because now it's scheduled, not to just the maculates, that injection within the give. In between we they get vitamin A, we they give in between the schedule, the immunization schedule, we they give vitamin A, we they give one medicine just for able for tap them different sickness. So obviously you know say worm infestation is very bad for pikin. When pikin they eat the worms, they go eat the food where they're supposed to eat. So in between that immunization schedule, they give worm medicine. So where you go then they give bed net and all that thing them. They give BCG. When they born pikin, as soon as they born pikin, you they see say people then they go na the hospital. They want the way go tell her do now a culture now. They go begin to kiss the pikin. So people them the older the people then go begin to kiss the pikin, put spit na in face and all that thing. So that BCG day now for tap tuberculosis, that dry cough, make it no affect the pikin, we go lead to that. And you know say that sickness then they what they call so now very serious illness system, even for an adult, let alone pikin way in the sujaman and body what they call the immune system not that strong. So with the key for that as well the BCG. So boku sickness days then they, but this not some of the one them way I don't call for now.
Thank you so very much, Christiana, for that comprehensive understanding the viewers. They will just also welcome the program Jalika to F Conte in an EPA focal Lumley Government Hospital. And I'm going to welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Yeah. So again, just try for reinstate the importance of these maculates to really the early development of children. What are the importance of that?
Well, thank you. Like what you talk so, because I for say sister don't talk a lot. But let me say just talk, add small thing, let it in sweet. The importance of this vaccine there is very important, because as you see, begin they try for grow up. The immune system they only down, they not develop much yet. So but with this vaccine here within the kid, they make the immune system develop for fight against them sickness there, like we system solution. Because without this immunization, without this vaccine, if this pikin not take this vaccine, you're not going to go well. It will lead to malnutrition. It will make the pikin they could then say and get out diarrhea foods. So immunization is very important, because they build up the immune system for their fight against boku sickness. As they don't say the measles, the yellow fever, the tuberculosis, all that in it. So that immunization, they also help this vaccine. They also help the pikin for. They also do growth monitoring inside the schedule. Through that growth monitoring, we don't know whether the pikin they go or not they go. Now that's colleague we follow we give vitamin A every 6 months. Then we give albendazole where the pikin do 1 year. Then through that's na continuation up to 59 months. Where every 6 months the pikin go take vitamin A, they take albendazole. When I go home medicine, we go up them, because then pikin they can get home belly. You go see without when pikin don't develop more worms in belly, they begin cough. In belly go team up. Too much worms, and we also educate them on hygiene through this immunization process. Pikin not they go to hospital, now I could encourage them for going to hospital. Because if pikin they go to hospital, now they will be able to educate the mama them for teach them on hygiene. Because hygiene are one of the key things for pikin. Hygiene and cleanliness. When I say hygiene and cleanliness, we educate the mama, we teach the mama how to become clean. Or how you for educate the pikin at house, how you for teach the pikin at house, but cleanness. Even if the pikin eats, you therefore advise the mama say, try for teach the pikin, or if you suckle this pikin, try for wash your hand. We also educate the mama how if for sit up properly for suckle this pikin. We also emphasize on the breastfeeding. Because all this vaccine, they go together, but without breastfeed, you know, the back in up strong. Because the bobby water get all kinds of things inside where they contribute with the vaccination. So all that's an important for the pikin wey dey go. Immunization is very, very important.
Thank you very much. Christiana, who are the targeted beneficiaries here?
So we get different targets. So when we could talk about the routine or the focus more is on picking the way they under 2 years old. But as well as they talk about that tetanus, we they give woman them girl picking where they from 15 to 49 years old. They want the way obviously get for bone picking. That tetanus maculates they help for prevent tetanus while then they deliver or other things then. And also we get the corona maculates now, obviously where we don't give for some time now, where we they give picking we start from 12 years old up to tetego up to as old as you get. And we also get the one where we call the HPV now, where we they give for picking where they 10 years old. For now,
HPV means human
papillomavirus. Yes, for TAP cervical cancer. Yes, and they're very good because we know say obviously cancer. When you talk about cancer now, a major illness. In most cases, even in developed countries, sorry, they get death. And the time them where before you know say you get that condition, you can don't deteriorate to an extent that so say now palliative care no more now they take care of you for dying, you know. So that maculates in a very, very good intervention from the Ministry of Health for give God picking them before they start that mommy and daddy business, for give them at age 10. So we do further consideration if we get for like revisit that age they so sometimes probably give at a lower age so that we will able to get more and more picking them vaccinated for prevent them against this very
Christiana,
bad
pick you up on a
sickness.
very important point.
Yeah.
You don't make a point very eloquently.
Yeah.
But how do you respond to somebody with this reservation? Say, some of them maculated and they're picking them, and even this universal immunization they embark on, there are some very damaging side effects. We get long-ranging ramifications of somebody's health.
Okay, when you talk about side effects, okay, so we know say we maculate them safe. I want to talk about the safety first. We maculate the all pre-qualified by WHO when they get the mandate for man all the maculates them or the health commodities them all over the world.
Okay.
So we maculate the way with the carrots that the country, the WHO we qualified, and also we body here we will call the pharmacy board. When they come with any drug, anything we get for do with medicine, then they test them for ensure say the components them okay, a good and a favorable, effective, not only effective, it will be safe for consumption. We don't give them maculates there so for quite a long time. Me where they are so I don't carry it more, and I get the signs of maculates, you know. I get the jabs them, yeah. So we don't know say we get testimonies of maculate being very, very safe. In some cases you will get that small side effects where sometimes you get they feel the area where they get the vaccination when they do the vaccination, or sometimes you get that small one body, or sometimes the pikin will become lethargic, meaning tired and all that thing. In them cases then they they advise say mama for if not like slight fever or something, make sure say you get a subclot to it, make sure say you dampen the pikin, because it will pass off. Now just like the body they react to a vaccine. Okay. You understand? So I'm saying that they will, especially when they can get that penta, when they can get that 5-in-1. You understand? Now the immune system that's the man and the body now it will go strengthen. So in reaction to that maculates the body can react in different ways. For some people they nothing will happen, or some other people then you get some slight reaction where it's very, very normal. That just they should say the maculates they work in the body. So they advise say if not it pass off, you know, if not paracetamol for the pain and all that. But if you see say it get to an extent where so tell you're not able to handle, we they advise you for going to the health facility, because we get provision for at least take them till they lay down and ensure say we treat them for completely free. So if you get anything where you worry about, mama, you begin to get one body, you continuously get one body. Make sure say you can go, especially after we maculate, go and go to the health facility where we go do further investigation for know exactly what happened, because in some cases that we can get mama some say where they don't vaccinate the pikin or they don't vaccinate the pikin, they can go work government, sometimes they can get infected and other things. Some people then they go put a leaf, you know, the culture, we get different cultures. So in some settings, you know, go find out they say permanent, or in some settings you will find out say some people then they get different things, the way they go work parliament, all that, the way they go react negatively in the pikin body. So in all them cases, they will advise you for take the pikin go to the health facility and we go treat her for completely free.
Now put this question to Jelika, a very important question. Is it that the onus upon taking the child to hospital is just upon the mama, or the papa self can take the hospital?
Well, that's it to both sides. The mama can care and go, the papa can care and go, or any other care give away the pikin, where they take care of the pikin. Any other person can go with the pikin hospital. Not to say papa say mama. It can might be say, for example, the mama died, the mama no dey. Sometimes her sister dey, and say I need to take care of her. But the mama and the papa they get key hold for you. If the mama no go, the papa for go, or both of them, they all two for go together. Because we can even advise them say let the mama and the papa go together. That will be more. We can educate them about that. For say the mama and the papa then for go together, they for care the pikin. Then they build up the pikin love self, and they create more bond between the pikin and the mama and the papa. So not to say papa say mama and papa, both of them, they all two can go together, or any other possibility take care of the pikin. In case say mama no dey or papa no dey, the possibility take care of her for go to an hospital.
Okay, then a guardian.
Yes.
Jelika, you are not say attached to the Lome Hospital. How you would describe the receptiveness of parents in terms of really market? Because if you hold back the clock 10-15 years ago, we get a lot of misconception around for take markets. So some people get a lot of conspiracy theorism. As of now, you really think say parents are really enthusiastic about really taking their children for vaccination?
Exactly, 95% I for say. Maybe just 5% that the rural areas. But for Freetown, Western area, general, Freetown, we may cover 95% mama they care them picking for vaccination. Because now, as we just don't explain, vaccine, they do a lot of things per picking. For example, like this polio, that Diane in their fruits. If you can remember way back, we get a lot of cases of polio in Sierra Leone. But we fight very hard with the effectiveness of vaccine. We go polio free in Sierra Leone. When one big thing for the government and the entire Sierra Leoneans. Now we are free from polio. So with that set an example for saying now, even picking them, even anybody, first of all, they get problem with the full as say they know they care them picking them, then they say so and so. But now, then they care them picking in the hospital.
So there's increased awareness.
They increase awareness, don't increase in fact through television, through sensitization, where they go, through home visits, through outreach. When we go down, we don't create more and more awareness by the mama and by the parents and for everybody picking in a vaccine. For go take vaccine. Because if you see you picking your neighbor in the go hospital, you see in picking they go very well. You know they sick. Not you know they go with you when they care you picking you. That they motivate her for go with her. So that's alone back they make them go hospital.
Christiana, and in terms of universal vaccination, Sierra Leone are one of the examples of the world. In Africa, we do extremely well. In fact, we even do better than Nigeria. There are some places in Nigeria, vaccination is good because they face resistance from either community or cultural barriers. But again, there are still some people who then get some element of doubt, especially the one in the rural areas, hard to reach areas, where television penetrates, social media hard for reach by. How important is the role of stakeholders, community stakeholders in helping?
Okay, we all know say in Sierra Leone we get platforms, different platforms, but the most important one we make it always side now the interreligious body, because we know say they play a great role in the Ebola eradication or elimination of the country, and even this COVID they play a major role. Why? Because we know say most of we are either Muslims or Christians, and mostly you wait till you call an influencer is somebody who you can trust. And these people, when they take them in high esteem, we get so much trust in them. So when the pastor talk or the imam talk, we they listen. So the interreligious body don't play so much role. They help we as in mobilization when it comes to vaccination activities. That some of them go even day with we, and I don't go not some of them they open the pulpits. I don't participate in so many occasions where I dey go na churches or they go na mosque. In before we dey get so much resistance. I go na Cambia, I was almost in tears because like people that they run during the corona time, people that they run away like na war, you know, it was so scary. But the imams then we go discuss with them, and they were so receptive. They listened to me, and in an environment like that, the chief initially not be come out playing, but then I use them as one of the one the way they give testimony. In I be the first one where we take the Immaculate, and because of that people they get so much motivated for take the Immaculate. So then that platform then we don't utilize them well. They've been so supportive. We get also the chiefs them for free time. We get the headman them and other councillors. We get obviously I don't go na the parliament, the MPs them. We know say them people they're very instrumental for in health system strengthening. Gone are the days where they come and just impose your own knowledge. Oh, can't take my place. If you not take my place, you begin to die. No. You know they work that way. You get for persuade, you get for talk to them and make them understand. And how you go able for do that, and then how you go use people then where they're familiar with, people the way they go listen to, people the way they trust. And we don't see say like the people they were the sites already, the interreligious bodies, the head of communities we will call the chiefs them, or the headman them, the councillors. We get the traditional healers. You know traditional healers, the one the way they do local practices. We get also them mommy queen them. Oh gosh, they're very very good. When you go na the market, you get them market woman. Them obviously you know say most of the people there where they go na the market and they can take them picking them. So when you get somebody what you call the chair lady, they talk to them about Immaculate and the efficiency of it, and tell us say una get for participate in the well body business and all that thing. We know say it transform. There's so much transformation. Now we get other people there where they come on board, different local structures. Them we can meet the headman them or the chair people of different structures. They like the bike riders union, the transport union. We get different people then even the attire be safe with a goodie. Wherever, whatever we get for use for make a transformation with a work with for make we ensure say we message go out there. And then they work with we for make sure say the community, the last person at the community, they get vaccinated. When my colleague here they talk about 95%, want to make it be 100%. Because the fact is that the more people they get vaccinated, the more and more we go able for eradicate most of their sickness there. So we be they hear about smallpox. But then now my mommy in days, my mommy now only my mommy they tell me that say smallpox be there. We know about obviously corona and a great gain. That universal coverage with the but so now mostly we achieve it because of this corona. Because the corona we able to achieve 70% last year, where some other countries they're not able to achieve it. And then because of the vigilance or the activeness of we key stakeholders, then we able for work with their structures there. So we all want to build that rapport with them. So we they work with them efficiently for ensure say we all work together for build up the health system. It's not only the health and I mean they talk say every time when somebody talk I come up for leadership, they think say that clinician. Not just a clinician. Everybody need for come on board. The health system it depends on the family or that you as an individual. Now you get for make that decision. Therefore utilize my facility or my commodities or my services. If you not agree, then I not get job. You understand? So you get for agree. So meaning I get for work with you.
Sure.
I get for make sure so you understand. You make an informed decision.
Now all stakeholders are
yes. So it will be sustainable.
Okay, thank you very much. Jerika to them market there una kiki. What was you go for take na free or you for something?
Why exactly na free? Na free. The Immaculate na free.
Safe and free.
And it's safe. Safe and free. All over. They know they ask for anything for pay for Immaculate. Immaculate na free. Na free.
Let me pick you up on that point to talk about. Of course, smallpox, it has been confined to history. But polio, we see there are instances of polio in some part of the world, die hand, die foot. Where what's some of the things that will lead to polio, in your understanding?
Like that Diane and that food. You say first that's ready, maculates no baby. Then polio, landing a sickness we can do affect person long time. Polio, first the maculates no dey. So when the maculates in no be for make the body develop or for build up the immune system for fight against them small sickness and then at the body. That's all no be. So and polio now. Pikin can even get to go play this dirty. Let me be emphasize on the cleanliness.
Okay.
Pikin them first thing, cleanliness no be. They no be take can be anything. Then you go na the swamp area. Then you go play with them dirty. But then go play and take and put on their hand. They take the virus from the dirty, take on their hand counter. So then go play with their hand and go na toilet. From there take them from the toilet. They know they wash their hand. Now like how they emphasize on cleanliness. When you go na toilet for wash your hand. Anything you do before wash your hand and precaution now. That's all nobody. So that they be the lead for letting get all that virus. We didn't take the virus from the body, put it from the hand, the mouth, the waist, can put it back in the mouth, and they get the virus. So it is inside out their system. Then they lead to that sickness.
And polio not curable.
And well,
as soon as you don't get her, that's it. So the only way are you able for do with polio na for prevent them, and maculates na the most effective way for prevent them. So once you get the virus inside your body, just you don't get the sick.
Christian, I want to move to another aspect of our campaign on the back on the COVID-19 vaccination. People say WHO don't, even though they not totally eradicate COVID-19. But they will relegate that to a manageable level, even though still again potential will be a global health crisis. But Salon, we don't know cases again. Why we need to take vaccination for COVID?
Okay, so so the reason why make we not get the cases then I make we need to take the COVID maculates because the prevention obviously before we be need for take do all these preventive methods. We get the mask will be need for where we need for day at a distance. Okay, obviously the washing of hands, which is still a good practice. We know they touch certain places without use hand sanitization. All that thing and they will be need for the practice. But because of this COVID maculates now, most of the restrictions then we don't relax them a bit. And why not? Because we don't take the maculate. We don't say 70%. Well, what's in the maculate they go do it, they build a fence around with a wall of protection.
Okay.
So like the more and more people then we call it herd immunity. I'm not saying a very good term, I try for break it down a bit. So the more and more people then take the maculate, and the more and more we get protected against this sickness here. So now they build a fence around me so that we know we'll get the sickness. And if more and more people then continue for take up, then they will continue for strengthen that wall. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. They continue for strengthen that fence for make we not get this sickness there. So and even if, as you say, now a global threat, there's a possibility say go re-emerge. And so even if it re-emerge, because most of we don't take that maculates day, we don't build we immune system don't be built up or strengthened for fight against this sickness here. So even if it can, will affect we like where it be affect we in the previous time. So like we not the best initiative than they for prevent. The reason why we know they get deaths again around the world now simply because of the maculates.
I see very enthusiastic to talk about COVID-19.
Yes.
But there are a lot of people, especially skeptical minds, who up until today they are doggedly convinced that COVID-19 not can follow. Convinced that possible.
COVID-19 cancer because we get deaths.
Exactly.
We get deaths of people that we know. We get people that we affected, we're very close. You understand? We get somebody we're very close, we get affected. And so I get a proof. Yes, a proof. I get a proof say yes, COVID indeed be the salon, and COVID affects so many people, and people then die of, and not to just affect, it caused so much grave illness on people, then people then be seriously ill and then die of them. COVID was in Sierra Leone, and the reason we make COVID not in Sierra Leone again now only because of this maculates. Now the only the preventive method it help we not for spread the disease. The preventive measures, it help we make it not spread as much as it is supposed to spread, because it's very contagious. Once it comes, the virus, once you get one person don't get it spread easily. We don't see loads of people then die, but because of these maculates, it tap them completely, because it break that chain. Now breaking of the chain of transmission.
Before bringing Angelica to a very important question also, somebody will get pre-existing health condition can still take the maculates?
Yes, it's supposed to take them. Especially if you know they're in your acute stage. Acute stage means like they affect you now. Like hypertensive now. Like gets the reaction now. Like like the asthma patient. You know they react now. You understand? So if you know they in your acute stage, you're supposed to take them. Not then supposed to take them because when you get comorbidity, the tendency for make the virus affect you is higher as compared to somebody who no get sickness at all. We see same in the case of like people them Italy and most of them country, you see the age of them, most of them they die. Because we will get loads of people there will be they live for so long, but the aged, they say picking they get us, not to two. Picking they get them just that the virus not as active as in old people. Most of them people they get comorbidities, their immune system so vulnerable, they're not too strong for fight against sickness them. So obviously they're prone or they're mostly then they get them. So what we the advice is. I want for make we emphasize on this. It's not only about getting vaccinated. Yeah, it's not only about getting vaccinated is different from being immunized. Immunization means you get fully vaccinated. You understand? As in you get like then they give you some of the maculates where they give like Astra and 2 doses. So once you get your 1 dose, you understand you are vaccinated. But for me, you be completely immunized, you get for take 2 doses.
So which kind of vaccine we get at Salon? We get AstraZeneca.
We get Pfizer. We get the Johnson & Johnson when I just 1 dose for make you be immunized. You understand? Then we get the Sinovac or Sinopharm. Yeah. So for now, na Salon na them maculate there, so we get. So apart from Johnson & Johnson, the other one them na 2 doses you need. So you need to get your 2 doses and you get your booster, especially for the one them where booster dose you get after 6 months after you don't be fully immunized, especially for the one that we get underlying diseases, then sickness, there's a way now chronic sickness, they need for take them booster because now for strengthening the immune system, as I say, you more vulnerable, your immune system already they fight against so much illness, so your system need for be strengthened enough for fight against the sickness there. So as long as you know they in your acute state, that stage where so you they react right now, you understand everything okay with you. Now when they go, you the nurse or the doctor, they check you, make sure say everything okay, and then they give you maculates, and it's very safe for them people that they money down.
Angelica, to when the COVID-19 became, una alone in hospital, what's going to be the preventive measures that are put in place for the say una work there and enable the patient them safe?
Well, one of the preventive measures to become safe can be part of the COVID team. Hand washing, masks for the person for wear masks. They will always talk to the patient and say, for avoid overcrowding, we put out demonstrate to them say 1 lapa, and so they stay together for let them understand. We say 1 lapa distance.
Social distance.
Yes. So any time we see crowd, nobody. We emphasizing for WhatsApp, for wear face masks, for use hand hygiene, then sanitizer. In case you don't get soap for us, you say, well, okay, use sanitizer. You want the neighbor afford that. You want the neighbor afford that. You say use soap. Well, use soap and water. Soap and water, in fact, be really effective. We tell them, they will advise and say, let everybody put buckets and donuts for us. We the nurse the way they did. We said we use the same preventive. We use gloves. We use the masks. We use face shield, that face mask day, then the nose mask day. we dey use that, we dey use gloves, we dey wash we hand, we sef we dey emphasize on hygiene. This for wasan. Then the one wey be the work na the COVID side, we be get the hospital be divided. Outside the patients dem wey dey come effect, because like when you dey ask usually say if people dem dey wey be get COVID, yes, COVID be dey. Because like me so I walk inside there and I see more than 5 patients there wey be get COVID, wey positive, wey na COVID case dem. I mean the place be divided. We get the red zone, we get the other area outside we dey go, where patient don go inside and from there wey you don comot, you don go give medication. We no dey even come outside because we don put a distance. The one day wey the normal patient dey wey okay, then dey na the other area. The COVID patient dey wey dey get, even though we hospital, we no get enough space, we dey stay. But the administrative, they be know how dem be do am. The administration can shape the hospital into 2 parts. Then the other part and shape them back into 2 parts. So for them we no go become more affected. So we dey advise the patient there, we dey advise we said the nurse we know we dey do. They emphasize on emotion.
Christiana, thank you very much. Christiana, what in the wrap up the program now? But what make COVID-19 less deadly as compared to Ebola? Yeah.
Okay. every sickness get the way then they get
casualty rate.
You understand? Casualty rate, you know. COVID-19 is different from the tumbu where they cause them, is different from the tumbu where cause Ebola. You understand? And we see say Ebola virus be very, very vicious. You understand? It transmits easily, and not only that, it lead to death. You understand? In science, if I can explain the science, some viruses then they where or some illnesses then they where it react in a vicious way, cause death for lots and lots of people in a very short period of time. Some sicknesses then they chronic, they with you for a very for some time, long time, but at the end of the day the transmission rate is not too bad like with some other viruses then, you understand? It depends on maybe the way how you get the sickness or the tumor inside your body. For example, where you get the flu very contagious. You see say once person begin cough now, the next day or two you will be hearing somebody else they cough. So the viruses then they're different. For corona it was different. For Ebola it was different. A different virus system or different tumor they might if I can say, you understand, where they cause denseness. So for example, corona, it was very vicious, it caused lots and lots of death. And remember, one thing where we get for take into consideration is corona, Ebola wasn't all over the world. You understand? It was just located, I think we don't hear before in Zaire, you know, and now in Africa. It was located. You understand? No, you understand? It was located in Africa. So the solution for them come a bit later. You understand? You know, it did not be quite like robust as in corona, because corona in now, yes, corona in starts now overseas starts before they come down to it. So but the more and more people the body people the way they are that they see the people that they die, and then say died. There were millions of deaths. Millions initially, before they come up with the initiative or before they develop or do the research about the vaccine, there were people that died. Lots and lots of people. You hear about Italy, you hear about America. It was so gruesome. Yeah, you understand? So gruesome. Sometimes I don't even want to watch the news. So more not get it wrong. It was very as vicious as Ebola. Just that Ebola, it was located in Africa, and before the wet body people then they notice say this thing it don't begin spread so much in Africa, but I don't pass Gani. And the fact of the matter is, I want to take different things into consideration. We not be prepared. That is the fact. The well body system not be prepared because now a new sickness, not just something where we're familiar with. So we be now during the process we get for land. So you go you say somebody will come and say this is good. You know the initial message is the way they come for. They say oh, if you take whether you waiting and call or you go die. And people then obviously if I don't say I go for die, wait say I go for that they gone. And obviously they cause further spread because when you die, when you gonna wait, so say they take the bike man or so say the taxi way they take they spread the sickness system. So the spread will continue because we not be know about them and we not be know how for handle them. But the more and more you they see the process when we begin get understanding as to people then begin come help we begin get understanding as to how we go cover. You see say it will be able for reduce the rates of the sickness. People that begin die less, they begin treat now hospital. People that begin go hospital. They see say 1 or 2 people that begin get treated for the sickness. Then people that begin come out. We say more and more people they become cured, and when they get treated, they break the chain. That is another way for break chain. You understand? So when more and more people then get the sickness and more people then get treated, then they help back for break the chain. Then they will also call that they had immunity. So now one of the way how we prevent that. So and more people then begin use them preventive methods then. So we very stringent about we preventive methods in the latter time now. You understand? So I don't want to make we begin the misunderstand. There were it's two different things. This now Africa, and Africa we not get as much money for or we not do as much research for able for Cobiam immediately. While as overseas now they cannot with initiative very quickly because Boku people then be die from the young country. By the time they can salute now, the deaths we don't.
Thank you so much. That's very impressive. Thank you very much for that for doing that. We wrap up the program now. Angelica, in just 2 minutes. Then different market there. Also, you can go for like get them. Or does it mean not to go meet people in the communities, or you can go to medical center and get them?
Well, then for go all the hospital there, na salon. Then get for the immaculate stay free. Then can go any side. Or if you want, you can go even medical store. Now we get different hospitals then at different areas. And then vaccine they are immaculate they are all day. The districts, the Ministry of Health, we don't try for create a platform, they get provision. Now then they go and supply them vaccine there monthly. So each hospital gets them vaccine there. So it's just that we continue for appeal to the patient, the parents then, the mama there or the papa then a host or the guardian then, the one who they take care of the pikin there, let them continue for care with the pikin in a hospital. The immaculate stay free and it's safe. So at any time when they want care, they begin to go to hospital. Let them go to any hospital where they go. Nearest hospital, whether you're in a village, whether you're in a city, any side they go, Immaculate stay in a free and it's safe.
Christian, a final question, and this is very important. You really think say there is a political will for ensure say we will continue on this path for achieve 100% immunization or something?
Yes, of course there is political will because obviously the government through the Ministry of Health they ensure say people them get they go meet them and then do most right now. Right now we get outreach session, we call it surge. We they go meet people then and then do most. We they go control them, we they go talk to them and tell them the importance of vaccine. So not to just sit down and you work in place now and do your job, no, and wait for a person come. So like there is this drive for ensure say the last person and the last community. If we get some pictures then where you go really sorry for the health workers, then they cross bridges, so then they bridge the boat them. Some people then they go inside deep water, cross streams for make sure say they get to the last mile for make sure say people then get vaccinated. So there is a way because through the Ministry of Health, government they ensure say people them the last person and the last community forget the Immaculate and not to just we work not to business as usual now. Now we they go now we get for go meet you now you don't want because we see radical approach because we see say some people them so I don't want to say lethargy. I they say some people them society you get other implications of economy, you understand, not get the transport for camp, you get other things that society get for go do in farming and other things then. So we they consider that. So we they take and go now you do more so that at least everybody go. Sometimes they will go to the marketplace. We know that when you see say we the marketplace, sometimes they will go there do it. You know them the way them time outside the way people they gather more or beach. What does he say now? They gather. We they go meet una dey. We say we begin play music. Then we spread the news about una place.
Thank you very much. And final question, this time to anybody can answer. And maybe this could be very childish, but it's very important. I want to emphasize the need for early market for Pikin when come. But it's possible to say, and anybody can answer this question, it's possible to say, Pikin, then born Pikin, you not take none of them market and they really survive and become here. It's possible?
Well, yes, it's possible because we can meet some Pikin a day where we can go outreach, like our sister is so. We get outreach programs the way we can normally. So I'm telling you, we can meet up some Pikin, not ever take no market from way born. And healthy. But we they look at, according to the health side, we they take and say the Pikin not healthy because you know take immune system not developed. You go say the parents, the mama or the guardian go say, this Pikin healthy. But to me, if me see, maybe if I'm doing goat monitoring, if I'm monitoring, you know healthy.
It's stunted.
Yes, maybe it's stunted. So you don't see. So some man can say Pikin say fats. They know they go time for markets. And they say yes. If they say fats, we go call and say obese, but then go say me Pikin fats so they go well. But not healthy. So then they take and they sit down and they say the Pikin healthy, but we they still take and say that Pikin they not healthy. But so they healthy. But to me and so we the health workers, Pikin when you born if you take markets. Because we take markets, and go help and collect immune system, go develop fine and go make and go not so even the vaccine. Like the God's money to what they do. Go able for tell you say this Pikin they go well or you know they go well. And so you don't see if this Pikin know they go well, we get food. Food they will provide for that. If the Pikin fall through malnutrition, we get what through the get all facility they now. For that Pikin go better. So let you not see Pikin almost say if Pikin fat, then they we keep it up there. They not take nothing. So the mama then they say healthy, but so we not healthy.
So me can always say you begin the fact that you not take maclate, you begin there at risk at any time.
At any time.
Yes. We call them vulnerability. That's very susceptible. At any time you begin can get any kind of sickness. Any kinds of name, I don't name them, I don't name some of them. We get so many. We get some picking them where at the end of the day, if they not take that maclate day, there's a tendency say during their time in age. With the first thing where I be get sometime when I begin cough. The first thing when they ask me if I don't get me BCG. So imagine how old I am. Then ask me if I don't take a BCG. So at any time you are vulnerable. At any time of your life, you left vulnerable to very, very, very bad sickness. Quite about a year or two ago, we get somebody who died of stage 4 of this sickness, what they call that cervical cancer. We die a very prominent somebody will die of that cancer. Where if you don't take the maculates, obviously it will be prevented or protected against that sickness. So at any time you dey at risk, and obviously there's a tendency to say you're going to get the sick, then you help for spread. So why risk you begin in life where you can by just taking a maculate, that Pikin they go be protected. You know, like we country we a challenge. You know, for me we thrive in our society. For in every country, for make you thrive, now we get well body. The developmental index, then care about hunger, then care about things, then get things, the indicators they when they look at. Then Pikin the way they say Pikin they being immunized. Now one of the indicators then that the why is so fundamental, because when Pikin no get well body, there is a tendency to say at any time of the age it go die before the time where it's supposed to die. You understand? And the tendency for me to get any kind of disability is very, very high. So why not, you know, talking about blindness because of measles, why we go on for risk you Pikin getting blind? You know, why you go on for risk that? There's so many things that where they affect, where we supposed to affect you Pikin, but because of this dry cough, for example, they lead to death. You know, pneumonia. First time Pikin they die of pneumonia. Easily you Pikin they get that one body the cough. Breathing difficulty, begin, you know, lack of oxygen, tell the Pikin die. You know, you understand? Now we get maculates for that pneumonia. You know, so there are so many things what we they try for prevent. Not only that, for dying, but living with disability for the rest of your life. You go for take you go places for make you go.
Okay. Thank you so very much for that very impressive expose there, Christiana Roberts, Senior Health Education Officer, and Jellica to F. Conte, PA Focal Lumley Government Hospital. Thank you very much. Look forward to the next program. Fambulem, that's what we bring the continues to this edition of the program. Join me Thursday for another bumper edition. Of course, moment they come to you every Tuesday and Thursdays, 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock, Star Television. These are all encompassing program where we look at different areas, governance, health, politics, every aspect of human endeavor. Until we meet on Thursday for another bumper edition, thank you for the privilege of company.